Hey guys, Scott back here again with a new beer dissection video for you guys. What I have today, like I've done in the past with Sam Adams and maybe I think Goose Island, I grabbed another one of those variety packs, compilation packs from a local place here, and I'll probably have it pop over my shoulder. But this one is the first time since I started my channel that I'm doing a beer from them, but Southern Tier Brewing Company. Okay, they're out of Lakewood, New York, the Southern Tier of New York. If you're not from the New York area, other than the downstate area where there's Long Island and Westchester County, just north of the city, the southern portion of New York, kind of south of Albany, going out west, not too far from Buffalo down there, is we call the Southern Tier. So Lakewood is a little southwest of Buffalo. You know, and not too far from the PA, New York border, for those of you that like a little bit more of the specs on the actual brewery. But Southern Tier, I've seen around for a while. I didn't dive into the history and how long they've been around. I've always enjoyed their beers in the past, grabbing them, but I did grab this compilation pack, which there's a few hazies. I think there's two hazies. They got like an IPA, a 2X IPA, which I presume is double IPA. They've got this beer, which we're going to review today, called Southern Tier New Haze. Then there's like a hazy, and I think I have a couple of specs here. There's a two-time haze, and there's even a beer called 8 Day a Week, which is a blonde ale, which I haven't reviewed that at the filming of this video. So a nice, assortment of beers from them. A little hazy if you like that, IPAs, and like I said, double IPAs. I mean, some of them are topping out at around 8% alcohol. So again, compilation, which like I said, I like to get these compilations from these breweries because you can kind of, I think there's 15 in this pack. You can get a taste of several beers from one brewing company and, check it out. And I know a lot of people that do videos like myself do the same exact thing. So this one, Southern Tier New Haze, NU Haze, I don't know why it's NU, just a hazy smooth IPA, has a best buy date of May 3rd of 2023, so in about 5 months. So I'm presuming, can't get any other identifying information, but I presume this has been canned pretty recently, so I'm expecting it to be pretty fresh. And you do want that, especially with your IPAs, because beers usually lose their bitterness, a lot of their hop flavor and aroma with age, as well as sometimes producing some other undesirable kind of off flavors. So a hazy smooth IPA. This is checking in at 6%, so reasonable. Now 6%, figuring Budweiser and everything is at like 4.2, give or take. 6% is higher than that, but nowadays, and some of these beers I've reviewed, and even in this pack, I think are hitting like 8-9%. So a little lower than what we're getting used to these days with some of these beers. It's almost like a competition nowadays. Again, brewed and canned in Lakewood, New York, as I said. So Southern Tier of New York State. All right. So like I do with many of my other beers, I try to get like something that kind of showcases the beer a little bit. You want a tulip, you want to, even if you do a pint glass, like a nonic pint. And again, it just accentuates some of the characteristics of the beer, hop aroma, other aromas, and things like that. And just sometimes visually appealing. That's why I recommend certain glasses, or guys and women that do what I do for fun here, recommend the glasses. And we learn through the Cicerone program. Again, people that are new to me, I don't want to classify myself. I'm not a certified Cicerone. I passed the written test. I have to take the tasting portion, so I'm hoping to do that in the spring. But through our studies, you learn about why we try to pick different glasses that way, depending on the style of beer. So, and on here, there's a funny little guy with he looks like a hop. Okay, that's holding a flag that says "Feel the Haze." All right, so let's crack this bad boy open. Southern Tier New Haze, hazy smooth IPA. So Hazy, juicy, we're thinking New England IPAs. We're expecting that they're using some, I don't know if I took any particular notes on here. Although I did take a couple of things here. They do use Idaho 7, Mosaic, and Simcoe hops. And I said that it is at 6%, about 19 IBUs, so that's the bitterness, international bitterness unit. So, you know, low bitterness, which you expect in a New England IPA. So it's looking like it's going to be pretty on style here from the BJCP. Two-row, they are using oats. Remember, oats helped with the making it not, you know, that haziness. So we got a New England IPA style oats, the polyphenols from the hops. Sometimes unmalted wheat they'll use that will create the hazy effect that you get in a lot of these beers. And like I said, Idaho 7, Mosaic, and Simcoe hops are what's being used. Two-row malts also being used. So let's open this bad boy open. Let's get this bad boy open. All right, so let me pour this into our nice little glass. Again, I got some shoulder issues, so I kind of pour a little heavily. You know, if you watched more than one of my videos, I talk about that, my beer dissection videos. So we're going to get a lot more ahead than I would like in a normal setting. So let's take a look at this. I mean, classic, it looks like classic IPA. We've got that pronounced white head. I've got about almost 2-3 inches ahead. I mean, ideally we like 1 to 2 inches in this style. We got that hazy, pale straw color. On camera, it may look a little bit more trending towards gold, but this is definitely a hazy, pale straw kind of color. Definitely not gold on my end, okay? Which is not a knock to it, just the way it's looking here. But you definitely have that hazy. It almost looks like a wit beer. Live if you can't pick it up on the camera. So let's take a whiff of the aroma here. Oh wow, that's nice. It's kind of like got a tropical fruit type of aroma. Orange, you know, light orange, more like a mandarin, maybe a clementine, pithy type of orange. Tropical fruit, and this little pineapple on the nose. But even with the color here, we're looking at kind of a very white bread, doughy type of malt profile. You know, and they are using oats. They are using, they didn't say they're using wheat, but they did say that they were using some oats. So again, Idaho 7, Mosaic, and Simcoe. Sometimes Simcoe gives us this cat pee. I know it sounds horrible. This dank cat pee type aroma that I get with it, but I'm not getting that with this. No, you know, I definitely get more of that tropical fruit, passion fruit type of aroma. You know, when I take a longer sniff, maybe a little grapefruit, but it's very nice. I mean, ultimately, no matter what I'm, you know, over dissecting here. But cloudy, again, pale straw. Again, it's still, when I'm looking at my version of the camera, it looks a little bit closer to a light gold, but it definitely kind of, think of like Hogarden or Allagash white type of color. I didn't say cheers, but cheers. Okay. Almost immediately get like a lemon, believe it or not. On the palate, like citrus, lemon, and a little pineapple too. Like I said, I got it in the aroma. But very nice. I mean, it's mouthfeel is light to medium kind of mouthfeel. As I let it sit here, the bitterness is pretty low, which I said. I don't think I wrote down. Oh yeah, only 19 IBUs. So we're looking at like Munich Helles numbers here, which is 16 to 22. Munich Helles is that gold beer you see a lot. They drink most of it in Bavaria. Very clear color beer. So that bitterness level we're sitting at right now for this. And with New England, remember, New England IPAs, those of you who watched a lot of my videos, you probably get tired of hearing it, but those of you who are a little bit newer and not that familiar with beer, New England IPAs or hazy or juicy IPAs should have very low bitterness. And 19 IBUs, which is International Bitterness Units, is pretty low compared to a lot of other IPAs. But very nice. But you definitely get that lemon, almost that slight astringency from lemon. There's no alcoholic warmth here at all. Really no creaminess to speak of, you know, as far as the mouthfeel is concerned. No alcoholic warmth, but at 6%, I wouldn't be expecting that anyway. And I really could care less about alcoholic warmth. I just want nice balance. But, you know, it drinks pretty easily. Like, this is a very light, you know, something like this. Again, New Haze Southern Tier, I would pair easily with things like flounder, cod, some of your white fishes, like a complement. Think of, because it is pretty, on the aroma and the flavor, there is a decent amount of lemon kind of vibe that I'm getting. So things that I would put lemon on, clams on the half shell. I don't think this would overpower. Sometimes IPAs will overpower fish and shellfish like that, even shrimp. The things you'll add a little lemon to, this would go very well with. It's pretty easy drinking. Other things, maybe like a shrimp taco. You know, cheese-wise, I would probably go something a little lighter, you know, cow's milk type of cheese. You know, you can probably go with a ricotta or a mozzarella. You can probably, you know, with a mozzarella, sliced mozzarella with tomato and basil and things like that. Bruschettas, things like that, because that won't get overpowered either way, going from beer to food, food to beer. But very nice. I mean, you know, I've had Southern Tier in the past. This is the first time I'm doing one of my videos with them. And I have a bunch of other beers. I don't know if I'll get all videos made for them. But this is Southern Tier's New Haze, juicy New England IPA, hazy IPA, whatever way you want to describe it. It's all kind of synonymous with each other. But not overpowering. There is a nice balance with some of the malt. You know, you do get that white bread, doughy malt flavor. Enough hops to give the Citra. I wish I could tell you if it's the Mosaic or the Idaho 7 that's giving you kind of that citric, lemony kind of bite. You do not get, I really don't get any grapefruit. Like I said, if anything, maybe a little pineapple, like tropical fruit, but very nice. You know, again, for being the first beer of that 15 pack, like I said, which has a lot of IPAs in there, this is pretty nice. But like I said, it looks like the appearance is like a wit beer, which is white beer, or like a wheat-based Belgian beer, Allagash White, think of your Hogarden. But it drinks pretty light. So it definitely won't blow you away if you're looking into that. So anyway, guys, just a beer dissection of Southern Tier New Haze. I would recommend it. I really do enjoy this. This one compared to, say, the Goose Island IPA pack. I mean, already 1 for 1. I think this beats that so far. But I got a bunch of, I think there's roughly 5 styles in the pack, 3 beers of each. I could be off by that by 1, but something to take a look at, guys. So Southern Tier New Haze. I probably had it pop on over my shoulder a few times already on this video. Until the next beer dissection, guys, or other general beer video, have a great one. Take care.